What is going on, guys, and welcome back to another Zombies discussion video. Very quickly, I do want to say if you do enjoy Zombies discussion content like this, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. We're going to be dropping content almost daily until Black Ops 7 comes out, and then we're going to be hitting it even harder once that game actually does come out. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and jump right into the topic for today, which is the cursed mode. So if you've been paying attention on YouTube or social media or anything recently, you've seen that there's been a bit of controversy that's spiked up in the past few days regarding cursed mode. And the whole argument is some people are upset. Mainly, a lot of people are upset that you're not able to remove armor in this mode. And some people are saying, well, this mode was never marketed as a classic mode. Other people are saying, yes, it was. I'm going to tell you guys what I think about the topic and just kind of what expectations we should have moving into the mode. So, first of all, I am just going to say this mode was 100% marketed as a classic mode. I'm gonna explain why I believe that to be the case. So, when Treyarch announced cursed mode, we were told one of the things that was going to be available is the classic point system, and amongst other modifiers that we thought would eventually, actually make the game feel more like classic zombies. So you can't really tell us that we weren't expecting this to be a classic mode, because everyone's saying, well, it's just a more difficult mode. Well, that's not really true, because if they are giving us the classic point system, that is actually an easier modifier, because you can get more points in that classic point system than you can with this modern point system. So that argument is just flawed, in my opinion. If it truly was a more difficult mode, we would not be getting this classic point system. We would be getting some sort of point reduction. Don't get me wrong, I'm excited that we're getting the classic point system. I think that's the best thing to come out of cursed mode that we've heard about so far. But at the end of the day, this was almost a bait and switch for the community. Maybe, I don't know if it was to boost pre-order numbers before they revealed what actually was to come. Who knows? You never know with Activision and Call of Duty these days. But my point here is we definitely were sold that this is going to be a classic mode when it's not. That's just my opinion. There's going to be different opinions across the board, but that's just my hypothesis. So let's talk about armor actually still being in cursed mode. What do I think about that? Is that a problem? Is it a good thing? Does it matter? So I'm kind of on the fence here, because I, believe it or not, as someone that actually does prefer classic zombies, I don't really mind armor plates. They don't bother me too bad. Now, I think manually plating does get kind of annoying, but other than that, it really doesn't bother me. I think that actually having to run across the map to replenish your shield can be annoying depending on what map you're playing. So, I really don't mind the armor system. Now, it could be better. We could have some sort of hybrid with the shield system where we can repair that without having to go all the way across the map. It could be better. I'm not going to argue that, but armor doesn't really bother me that much, believe it or not. I would prefer the shield, I believe, but armor really isn't that big of a deal to me. I just think that it makes the game feel too Warzone-ish. That's my only real problem with it. I do think that just some visual changes to where we're not looking at plates at the bottom left of our screen. Maybe, I don't know, some sort of different animation when you're plating. Just something to make it feel more zombies. Maybe you're equipping some sort of dark ether armor, something like that. Like, just something to make it look and feel different outside of Warzone. That's something we would have gotten back in the day, but that's modern zombies for you. So they did also say that we are going to be getting golden armor in cursed mode. So golden armor was the armor from the tomb that we saw, and I believe it was in Modern Warfare Zombies as well. Did not play that game, but it was in the tomb, and basically your armor would replenish over time, which was cool. That's a nice bonus feature. So being able to get that in cursed mode is nice. So I am excited about that. That's cool. That's better than nothing. I think the community would have preferred a zombie shield, but hey, I digress. But let's go ahead and talk about the old point system and what that actually means for curse mode. Does it matter? Are we really returning to form with this mode? So we've already talked about this just a little bit. No, this is not a classic mode. We know that. We were sold on it being a classic mode, but ultimately it is not. I think we all know that at this point, and it's important to change our expectations a little bit. While at the same time, I believe that Treyarch sold us on this idea of a classic mode and then kind of pulled the rug on us just a little bit. But that's just my opinion. You know what I mean? So people can debate about that all day, but this old point system actually being in the game is a W. I am excited that we do have the old point system here in Black Ops 7 because ultimately, I mean, that's more of what we want. That's closer to classic mode than we would have had in the regular mode, so I'll take it. I'll take it. So that's the old point system. That's what we got there. Next point is how we are actually going to unlock curse mode. Now, it was recently confirmed in a dev talk that we are going to unlock this mode via after somebody, like the first in the world, completes the Easter egg. And I think that's a good way to do it, honestly, because let's say somebody gets the game and they just want to jump straight into curse mode and not play the regular mode. It seems a little counterintuitive to make them do the Easter egg themselves instead of jumping into what they really want to. So I think that's good. I think that's a good thing. I'm not upset about that. I think that's actually solid. Now, as far as unlocking all these modifiers yet, we don't know a ton of information. All we know is that we're going to be collecting relics in the mode, and then we're going to be unlocking these modifiers that way. I don't know exactly what that means. I don't know if we're going to need to find things around the map. I don't know if we're actually looking for something. I don't know if we're trying to complete small objectives. I'm not sure. So I'm not sure exactly what they mean by relics, but we'll kind of see. We'll see what's to come of that. But now I want to hear from you guys. Are you guys excited for curse mode? Do you agree with me that this was sold to us as a classic mode and then we were kind of I don't know, bait and switch for lack of a better term? What do you think? Is this going to be the mode that brings people back to zombies? I would be shocked personally, but let's talk about it. Am I just complaining? Am I just looking for something to complain about? I don't. You guys let me know. Let me know what you think about this. My final opinion is that we were sold that this was a classic mode, especially with the early information we were giving. Everyone was saying, "Oh, we're back. This is the classic mode we've been waiting for." Like this is great news, and it is largely. A curse mode is not a bad thing. I am excited to try it, but I just don't think it's going to be what we thought it was going to be. So, anyways, I just want to hear from you guys and see what y'all think because I have my strong opinions on it. I'm still looking forward to the mode. I'm still looking forward to the game, as I say every time. But we'll just kind of see what's to come of this mode. But anyways, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something. Again, we're going to be dropping content all the way up until Black Ops 7 comes out, and then we're going to be hitting it even harder once the game actually does come out. So if you guys enjoy content like this, again, go ahead and drop a like and subscribe. It really helps the channel out, and I will check you guys on the next one.